Hi, this is Melanie from Hooked to the Left, and today we're going to be looking at this Mary Maxim kit, which is the monthly crochet kit for September. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you like things like yarn product reviews or crochet product reviews, yarn hauls, tutorials, and stuff like that, everything crochet, then go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that bell button so that you're reminded every time I put out a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this September Crochet Club kit from Mary Maxim. First and foremost, it comes in its own little bag, which you know I love. I love, love, love. So this one's a little bit smaller because it's a little bit less than what we got in the last package for August. But it's just what you need. It's got this project, which is folded in half. That's not my favorite thing in the world. I really don't like the thing to be folded in half. But in order for it to fit in this nifty little package, they had to fold it in half. So I guess I'm just going to have to get over it, aren't I? So let's go ahead and take everything out of this nifty bag and take a look at it. So with it being September, like me, they were thinking, oh, it's September, fall is coming, let's get warm and cozy. So they sent us the wool blends. Okay, so now that we have everything out of the nice plastic bag, we're going to take a deeper look at it. But before we get started on that, there's a couple things I wanted to mention. Number one, I am not affiliated with Mary Maxim. I buy this kit on my own, and I like to share with you so you know whether or not this is going to be a kit that is right for you. Okay? So that out of the way, I do want to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about value. So in the Mary Maxim kits, you can get an entry price. So the first month you can get for $9.99. That's 10 bucks. And then after that, it is $15 a month to keep up with this particular kit. One thing that I have found so far with being a member of the Mary Maxim Club, Crochet Club, as well as seeing some other previous stuff that have come out, these are doable projects. These are projects that I would absolutely do and plan on doing. Okay, so and also they do a really good choice in yarns. So knowing that it's valued at that they charge $15 for this kit each month, I'm going to tell you what the value is of this yarn. And that's not even, I'm not even going to include the value of this particular pattern, which is really two patterns in one. And so you could easily sell this pattern for somewhere between $6 to $10, depending on, because it is two patterns in one. Of course, everybody knows you can find free patterns, but for those that sell their patterns, they understand the value of a pattern. Okay, so heads up on that. Also, I'm not even, I always mention this, this is on high quality paper. It's printed in color on high quality paper, and even look, this goes together. So it's one big piece of paper folded together so you can keep it all together. This is going back into my book where I keep patterns, my paper patterns. Okay, so it's that nice. All right, now how much is this valued at? I'm telling you, this month we're getting a really good deal. Do you see that? Do you see that? I can't. He's just, he likes to get in on my action here. So anyway, so the first yarn that we're getting, we're going to talk about the yarn first, and this way you'll understand the value. So the first yarn that we're getting, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, is the Fair Isle Willow. Sorry, a Fair Isle Willow yarn. This is a wool blend, as are all the yarns in this month's pack. It is a wool blend. Okay, I'm gonna go over. So this is a weight 3 yarn, and they recommend a 4mm needle. And you see his tag was right there, was right over there. That was my kitty's tag. He was curious about the light. And then they also recommend a 5mm hook. For US sizes, I always use a millimeter. I've just gotten very used to that. But the US sizes, it listed as a US 6 needle for knitting and a US H or 8 for the hook. Okay. And again, that's a 3 weight. As far as wash go, you can machine wash in cold. Do not bleach, lay flat to dry, which I'm not surprised it's got the wool in it, and do not iron. And let me take a look at, it has 290 yards, 3.5 ounces, 265 meters, or 100 grams. And it is 75% superwash wool, 25% viscose. And it is made in China, and the name of this colorway is Vintage Dreams. Okay, this is a very squishy yarn. I mean, it's just very springy in this. It's a slightly roving, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit roving. You know, it's not tightly spun, so it is a bit of a roving yarn. A little bit more spun than, say, like this one, which is absolutely roving. So if you see on the end here, it's a little bit more spun than your average roving. But I would say still it's a little bit more roving than, say, like your standard yarn. Okay? Right, so the value of this particular skein of yarn, when I looked it up, and they don't have this exactly on marymaxim.com, but the value of this yarn, from what I can see, for 100 grams, which this is 100 grams, it runs anywhere between $3.96 to $4.19. So just heads up. So it's around $4 for a skein of yarn, and that's at like officesupply.com, Stuff for Crafts, and Etsy is what I'm seeing that whenever I did a Google search on the yarn. Alright, so the other skein of yarn that you're going to be getting is Ella Ray Unique Wool. It's a wool yarn. Is it a wool blend? Yes, it is a wool blend. It feels more woolly than acrylic-y, which is what it's blended with. So it definitely has a wool feel. This right here has less of a wool feel, but this one's definitely, it's got a wool feel to it. And it says colorful virgin wool blend. So this is, I think that's saying the way that it's got 3.52 ounces or 100 grams, 175 yards, or 160 meters. This is my other cat coming over now, checking things out. Or 160 meters. It is a 50% wool and 50% acrylic. Yep, 50% wool or 50% acrylic. It is considered a bulky weight yarn, which I agree with. It's roving, so it's gonna go to between, I'd say anywhere between a 5 and a 4 is what I'm seeing. Even a light 4 in some areas. It is the suggested gauge for needles is, I have no clue what that means. 12, oh, the suggested gauge is 12 to 15 stitches per 4 inches. Okay, I get that. Over stockinette stitch on US 9. Or a 5.5-8 millimeter needles. I have no clue what that means. Look at that. Do you know what that means? I am not understanding what that means. And then it says M13-6.5-9 millimeter hooks. I don't know what it's recommending, but that's okay. I go by the pattern anyway, right? We're just going to go by the pattern. That's just a little confusing to me. If you understand what they're saying there, then please enlighten everybody down below. I don't know what that means. And it's just this label is a little bit foreign to me. That's all. It is made in Italy, so maybe that's why I'm not understanding it. It's made in the Italian way. I don't know. And it's created for, it says for knitting fever, at knittingfever.com. It's got a color number of 6. I don't know if that's the name of the color right there, Miramar. I think that might be the name, and then it's also color number 6, and then that's the die lot number. So you get 2 of these in each of, which I love these colors. I mean, these are beautiful, and it's got so many different colors in there. So you don't see it so much on this. On this, it just looks like it's going to be kind of a bluey black, and then you've got a little bit of this red to pink and coral in there. But look what's hidden underneath. You see that green? All right, you see it a little bit better on this one. You got some blue with the green. So there's just so many colors in this. Really has that, to me, has kind of like a hand-dyed kind of feel to it. Look to it. So it's very different. But the value of these each right here, and you get 2 of these. I found them online anywhere between, so $9.99 at Webs, or excuse me, at yarn.com. I see them for $9.99 a skein, or and other places, and that's me just looking quickly at the listing on Google. It also has listed a price $17.99, which is a little bit different, which is what I am actually seeing closer to the price that I'm seeing at Lovecrafts and Etsy. So they range between, the price of this ranges between $16.99 to $15.95. So that should tell you something here. This kit, this $15 kit, you can get just one of these, and this is a high quality, apparently this is a high quality wool product here. So you get just one of these for about the same price that you're getting this whole kit for. So that should give you a little bit of an idea on the value of this particular kit. Okay, so now as far as the pattern goes, it's a real fun pattern here. It's funny because one thing, well, I'll talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about the pattern first, and then I'll talk about what I found odd. But you get, this pattern has both the crochet pattern for these fingerless gloves as well as for this scarf, which is a little bit more open work, which is nice because it's wool. So it's already going to be warm given that it's wool, has the wool blend, but and it looks like it'll probably work up pretty quickly, especially with it being a bulky yarn. All right, so I'm not going to show you too much of that because this is not my pattern to give away, but I do want to show you kind of this close-up look here. It's not my pattern to show off, let's put it that way, as far as the pattern itself goes. But I'm reading this right here, and it does say that it requires the bulky weight, LRA Unique 3.52 ounces, 175 yards, 100 grams, or 160 meters per ball. You can use any color of them, but they've given you this lovely color here. And then and you need 2 balls of that, and then you need 1 ball of the Fair Isle Willow at 100 grams or 265 meters per ball, also in any color. The crochet hooks that it recommends are the 4mm, which I'm assuming is you're going to use with this, and a 6.5mm, which is what you'll use with this, or size needed for gauge, because the project itself has a gauge. But I'm not going to go, it does go across, but it's 2 patterns, so it does go across the 2 pages. And that is everything that you get in the kit. So here's the thing that I found weird, that just stuck out to me as a little odd, and one thing that I would have wished for is that if this and these had matched. The fact that they do not match at all sits with me a little odd. Because you feel like you want to make them as a set, but these colors don't go together at all. Now, it could have been that they gave different colors to different people, and they just so happen to have this color and these 2 colors go together, and that's wonderful. But in my case, it did not go together, so I would have thought that they would have made a point. And I did get 2 packages, So, and both of them were these color sets. So I would have thought that they would have made them go together. So heads up on that. Just wanted to let you know. And that is it. Now, like I said, I did get 2, and I am giving away the other one of these with my September fall giveaway. And so I've already posted on that. You want to make sure you go to that video, which I will link up above, and enter that giveaway before September 22nd, which is when it ends. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, just so you, and don't forget to hit the bell to make sure that you are reminded each time I put out a new video. I hope that you really enjoyed this, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye. I have a curious kitty checking out the camera. This is, if you see his paw, you'll know what's up. This is a lightweight yarn. Okay, and you're getting in my light, kitty. You're getting in my light. You were in my light. Do you see him? There he is. Anyway, back to the yarn.